What up, peeps?
Hey there.
It's Mr. Schwartz and me, Mr. Genoa. We're lab where you're going to evaluate a burette, a beaker, and a graduated cylinder. So those are yours for free.
All right, this is
And I've approved of your evaluation method, so tell me what you need here in order of what you want to purchase from me.
so I would like.
A nice analog scale?
No,
Oh, garbage?
ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay.
I like one of these bad boys.
You can have a digital scale, sure.
Nice.
Digital scale. That's a per hour rental fee.
It's worth it.
Okay.
I'm also gonna need a burette clamp,
A burette clamp. Okay.
a ring stand,
A ring stand.
a
We have pure water and we have distilled water. Funnels, pipette, eyedropper, thermometers.
Which one of those waters is cheaper?
Tap water's cheaper.
I'll take that.
You should. So what are you gonna put it in?
Well,
You
I'm
can't
gonna-
just take. I need to measure out 50 milliliters at a time.
I'm gonna need a plastic beaker there.
You're gonna need a plastic beaker. Okay. So how much would you like up front?
I would like 50 milliliters
50 milliliters.
of tap water.
Of tap. I have exactly 50. I was gonna give you 51. I was gonna give you a milliliter free of charge.
Make sure you're not ripping me off here. All right, I believe you. I'll use that funnel.
A funnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're good.
You sure you don't need any water pushers?
Oh, you know what?
You can only buy them in stocks of 5.
We'll find out.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tear this out first.
What does that mean, Mr. Genoa? Tear?
Oh, it's,
You're
yeah.
gonna
So
rip it
and
like
it's-
this?
Yeah, I'm gonna cry over it. So this cup says it weighs 10 grams. So instead of having to subtract off 10 grams of my measurement, I'm just gonna hit this little button right here that says 0. Pink. And
That
now
was
this
easy.
weighs 0 grams. So now we just get a direct measurement. So what we're gonna do? How about we do 10 milliliter increments and get a mass of that.
That sounds
So we'll do
good to
10,
me.
20, 30, 40, 50.
So we'll add 10 milliliters of water at a time and take the mass?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
And this is for the 50 milliliter beaker?
Oh, you're gonna measure it out here.
Right. So you know what? I didn't realize you were going to give it to me in this. We need something else too.
We need another. Oh, we need another. Oh, all right. Back to the crib. We need another beaker. Welcome back. Here's your plastic beaker.
Yeah, that looks like about 10 milliliters.
All right. So with that, we have a mass of 10.7 grams. What was the mass you expected us to get? All right, give us another 10.
Okay.
So now there's 20 milliliters in there, and we're at a mass of 18.6. Why shouldn't I be measuring? Why is Mr. Schwartz going to continue to measure? We're at 27.8. 37.7. 47.1. All right. So are we done? At least 2 more times? All
They
right.
have.
So can we reuse this water? So best laboratory practice says we probably shouldn't reuse this. So we're going to need another 50 milliliters, Mr. Schwartz. And we're back for our second and third trials. Let's go, Mr. Schwartz. Let's do this. Oh, I should re-zero this because there was a little bit of water in there. That's a good idea. So now it's on 0. So we're at 11.3, Mr. Schwartz.
It's a little heavy-handed there.
Whoa, it's much different than our first trial. And we're at 21.7. This one is 30.7. 40.7. And 50.7. And we're going to go ahead and do our third trial. 9.4. Maybe I should write. That doesn't have to be controlled. Pick up 10 times. So 17.1. See how we just problem solved there? 17.1 grams.
Because as Mr. Genoa will tell you, time is money.
Time is money. 26.4. That's 33.6. And 40.6. Oh, Mr. Schwartz. That was our last shot, but I just dropped a little water on there. How are we gonna wipe that up?
Oh,
We need some water pushers.
see, if I was pouring, we wouldn't need any water.
Oh man. I gotta get some water pushers. Oh man, that's like $1 for like 5 of them. Well, we only get 3 sheets for $1.
The price of
We're gonna now do the graduated cylinder.
10 milliliter increments?
10 milliliter, you have to keep that the same, I think, right?
Yeah.
Sounds
Wanna make
sounds
sure
reasonable.
Our experimental design stays consistent.
$8.9. We're at 18.4. So just for so that you know that we just had to buy another 150 milliliters of water to do this trial. So we're up to 300 milliliters of water. This was 26.9. 36.4. And 44.7. We're back for trial number 2.
We're gonna change our lab technique a little bit. We're gonna do it the corporate version. We're gonna lift it up here and pour.
$11.0. $19.4. $28.2. $37.4. And finally, 50 milliliters is 47.5. And we're on our 3rd trial now with the cylinder. Hey, 9.3. 18.4. 28.4. 38.9. And for a final one, 48.6. All right, we are back, and Mr. Schwartz is going to show you how to put on a burette.
This is a burette clamp. Just twist that onto the ring stand. Get that in place. Then you take your burette, and there's a clip behind here. You just insert your burette very gently into the burette clamp. Okay. Now, what's important about knowing how to use a burette is you've got here something called a stopcock, and if you've got it parallel, okay, with the nozzle right here, that means that the stopcock is open and your liquid will be draining out of your burette. In order to close it, you must put it perpendicular, okay, with the nozzle. So, now we're gonna fill our burette.
I want to fill it. I want to fill it.
I don't think you can reach, Mr. Genoa.
Dang.
So you're gonna put your funnel on there. Okay, there are gradation lines on the burette. It actually runs from 50 down here to 0 up here, which is a little strange and different than the graduated cylinder. Now it's very easy to spill, let your burette overflow, so be careful if you were doing this.
Do we only have 2 water
IRL.
pushers left? You better be careful.
Now, it's okay if you go over the 0 line a little bit, like I just did. Okay, you might not be able to see it super well in the video, but
We have 2 beakers.
it's an easy fix, because all you gotta do, and this is why the burette is so powerful, which you'll see hopefully from the data. I can bring this down a little bit. Now, however open you make this, it's gonna determine how much of the water comes out at once. So if you slowly open it, you should see the water start to just drip out. Ooh. And if you go too far, you'll see it drain out very quickly. So it's a very sensitive thing. There you go. You can get very steady drops of water coming out. And I am right at the 0 line now.
Mr. Schwartz, can we fill directly into here? Probably won't make no, because if we overshoot it, then we will. All right, we can't do that. we can't directly fill into here because if we overshoot it, we can't get it out, right? So we'll have to fill into another beaker and pour into here, right?
We could do it that way, but you're gonna
Because
lose some water in the
if you go
beaker.
from 0 to say just past 10, then we'll have too much in here. And how do we get? So if we keep on adding it, so we have to go from there into something else. Is what I'm thinking.
I disagree. I think we just go right in there.
All
Just
right.
gotta trust yourself, man. Or at least trust me.
I trust me. I don't know about you, Mr. Schwartz.
So with the the burette here, you're gonna start here at the 0 line. And it's very different than if you've read a graduated cylinder before, because instead of starting at 0 and going up as you fill the water, you're starting at 0 here, and you'll see that the milliliters increase as the water comes out of the burette. And essentially what this is telling you is how much water you've dispensed. So I'm starting at 0, and I want to bring that line right to the 10 milliliter line. So I'm going to start by opening it so it comes out a little bit more quickly. And then as it gets closer to the 10 milliliter line, I will let it come out more slowly. So it's going to drain down. And now as it gets closer, I'm at 7. Okay, and as it gets closer to the 10, I will now slow down how much is being dispensed to just a drip at a time till I land roughly, I'll give it one more drop. Okay. All right. Right at the 10 milliliter mark. So what that means is
That weighs 9.8 grams.
that means that this is saying I've dispensed 10 milliliters of water into the beaker here. Okay, now I'm starting here at 10 milliliters, and I want to have dispensed now with my second measurement 20 total milliliters into my beaker, correct? If I already put 10 in there, that means I should dispense 10 more milliliters into the beaker. Or, if you think about it, if I started at 0, I'm at 10 now, I stopped at 10, but to get 20 milliliters total, okay, I want to dispense down to the 20 milliliter mark here. So from the 10 to the 20, I just want to open up. So now I'm going to stop it, open it up to a drip. Now I don't really like to look at if I'm dripping or not, but what it looks like coming out, I just like to watch the line. But there's different ways you could do that.
And that is 19.9 grams. And that is 30 grams. And that is 40.0, right on the dot, 40 grams. So go ahead and if we could refill the burette. This is at 49.9. 49.9 grams.
Now
So
obviously
that's our
this
first
was
trial is done.
already closed.
Uh-oh.
Got a little crazy there.
I'll get the water pusher. We got a little spill here. Little spill.
Man. These things are like brown gold. And
To
we'll
go.
begin
Trial number 2.
our next set of trials.
Burette. Trial. $10.0. 20.1. 30.1. Just so for your calculations at the end too, we have used 450 milliliters of water. We use 150 each trial. This is 40.2. And that is 50.1. So 10 milliliters, third try with the burette. 10.1 milliliters. 20 milliliters, 20.1 grams. 30 milliliters is 30.2 grams. 40 milliliters is 40.2 grams. Final measurement, 50.1 grams. Thank you.